What up, player? Stop clearing that browser history. You're watching Simple Tips by Simple Pickup. All right, so you guys ask us a lot of questions, and one of the biggest questions that we always get is, what the fuck do you do on a first date? Now, the first date is actually really important because most girls use this to decide whether or not they want to see you again. Now, I can go on for hours and hours and hours on end, but for time's sake, I'll narrow it down to 3 of the ones that I think are most important. So the first one is kind of a guideline. It is, don't be a pussy. Easy enough, right? I don't think it's any mystery that girls are attracted to guys who are confident. So you have to take this first date as an opportunity to show this girl how confident you really are. Now, what if you're not a confident guy? What do you do? Well, you're gonna have to go home and finger your butthole because that's what unconfident guys do. Actually, confident guys do that on occasion. Now, on a date, to be confident and not be a pussy, you kind of have to follow the general guidelines that we've been giving for picking up a random girl. Basically, you need to take chances. You cannot play it safe. Playing it safe is not attractive to girls. For example, if you're on a date with a girl and you guys start talking about family and you guys start talking about school and you guys start talking about work and you guys start talking about the news, that is boring and safe. Those are the subjects that I talk about with a distant aunt of mine when I haven't seen her for like 4 years. That's not how a man talks to a woman. We've talked about conversation topics before, like being polarizing, turning statements into questions, the us mentality. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just go back to our really early Simple Tips and we talk about how to start a conversation with a girl. But let's get back to the date. Now, a lot of girls are gonna tell you that they want a guy to take them out to a nice dinner, they want a romantic setting, they want this and they want that. But realistically, that's not what they want. What's more important than how much you pay for dinner is how well you and that girl connect. So, here's my tip on how to connect with a girl on a date and also make the conversation interesting at the same time. You guys can play the question game, and it is as simple and straightforward as it sounds. I'll say something like, hey, let's play a game. It's called the question game. There are 4 rules. 1, we ask each other questions back and forth. 2, we have to answer truthfully, no matter how difficult or awkward the question is. 3, if you can't answer the question or you don't want to, you can say pass. Quick side note, that rule is just so that the girl is more comfortable with playing the game. 90% of the time, they'll answer any question you ask. And 4, you can't ask the same question that I've asked you and vice versa. The reason this game is really great is you guys get to know each other on a deeper level really quickly, and it's a fun and interesting way to do it. On top of that, you can use this as an excuse to make the conversation more sexual. I like to start off with easy and fun questions, like if you had all the money in the world, what would you do first? Or if you can live anywhere in the world, where would you live? Questions that are creative and open-ended and fun to answer are generally good starting questions. Then I'll start going into more personal questions like, how many boyfriends have you had? What's the craziest place you've ever had sex? What is your favorite sex position? You get the point. Now, one mistake I used to make was I used to play this game for like an hour straight, maybe even more. And this is a bad idea because eventually it gets boring. There's only so many raunchy sexual questions you can ask before it starts getting old. So as soon as this game starts to get even remotely boring, that's your cue to start escalating physically. You can go in for the makeout, you can say, let's go back to my place for dessert, whatever. Just don't get stuck playing this game for too long. Now, the next tip I'm gonna give you is on kissing. Should you kiss a girl on the first date? Yes, you should. Even if she rejects your kiss, the fact that you attempted to do it is all that matters. I have a friend that is very attractive. She's female, she's recently single, and she's been going on a lot of dates. She says that the #1 frustration for her on these dates is that guys act too polite, too nice, and not really themselves because they don't want to fail. Again, girls want a confident guy. Go for the kiss on the first date. If she denies it, no big deal. Some girls might have like a rule where they won't kiss a guy on the first date or they won't have sex with a guy on the first date. But if you try it, she's going to see you as more confident because you tried it. And if you're comfortable with those small little rejections, and then you try again later, and then you're comfortable with getting rejected again, and then you try again later, most girls will break their rules, or at the very least, bend them. So we also realized that some guys don't even know how to go for the kiss or when to go for the kiss, and we're thinking of making a video on that subject. So if you want to see that, let us know in the comments below. If you want more tips on what to do during a first date, check out the article that we wrote on our website. We go into detail about some of the things that we like to do on a first date. Check it out by clicking the link in the description below. Lastly, if you haven't checked it out yet, go to our second channel, Simple Pickup 2. This is a channel that we dedicated to spending one day at least out of the week and doing something random, fun, exciting, new, whatever. So we made this channel to hopefully motivate you guys to go out and do shit. Life is too short to be sitting at home watching TV or watching porn all day. And if you're already going out and doing shit, then go over to that channel and troll us. So again, subscribe to Simple Pickup 2, read the dating article, and both links are in the description below. Do what you want with that information. Don't break too many hearts. Thanks, guys. See you later.